Welcome, everybody, to the blind judo slash VI workout of the Angel City Virtual Games 2020, week 2. Thank you. I'm your host. My name is Josh Lucas. I'm with Wayfinder Family Services, and we have Coach Kevin Brousard here from the United States Association of Blind Athletes. He's a world champion in shot put and discus, correct?
Correct.
And he is a national champion in blind judo. So welcome, everybody. We have a workout for you this morning, which is super fun. Some things we're going to work on, both focus on judo skills and also just some good general fitness. We're going to get right into it today. So Coach Kevin is going to lead a little bit of a workout, and he's going to start with a warm-up, and I will audio describe. So whenever you're ready, Coach Kevin, take it away.
Yeah, definitely. And real quick, I do have a prior commitment. I got to hop off at about 10:30, and then Josh is going to lead the rest of the session with you guys. But judo is, and for those of you who joined us on Monday for the session, we talked about it a little bit. Judo is very much so a full body workout. You cannot be skipping leg day at the gym if you want to do judo. You really have to make sure that you're in good condition for your entire body. And then there's also a really heavy cardio portion of judo, because when you're fighting, you're in the thick of the moment, you're in the heat of the moment, and you have to really push through. And usually the best conditioned fighter is going to be the one that's going to wear their opponent down and ultimately have a better chance of winning at the end. So those are a couple of major components we're going to focus on. I'm in a conference room today. You can probably notice the tables on the side, and there's a TV and a screen in the background and stuff, and I'm sure you guys are in your living room. So I've tried to work out a little bit of trying to keep that in mind, your setting in mind of what's realistic. And so yeah, we're going to run through just a little warm-up right now, kind of similar to what we did on Monday, and just a little bit of everything, and Josh will describe it as I'm going along. So I'm going to get up and start our warm-up real quick. All right, Josh, can you see me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're going to start with like a high knee, and then we're going to grab it and hold it for a few seconds.
So Kevin's standing on one foot. He's lifting his right knee. He's going to pull it to his chest, and he's just holding it for a second or two, like he's stepping. So he's pulling that knee up as high to his chest as he can, and then letting his leg come back down. He's not bouncing on one leg for an extended period of time. So he's pulling those legs up, alternating each knee.
Okay, so next we're going to stretch our arms a little bit.
So Coach Kevin is reaching his right arm across his chest, and then he's using his left arm to hook underneath and grab that right shoulder and pull it all the way across his chest. You're going to hold this probably for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then you will switch. So now your left arm is going to come straight across your chest, out to the right. Use your right hand to grab that left shoulder and pull it across. Next, we're going to do some arm circles. So you stick both of your arms straight out to the sides, and we will do small circles forward. And of course, guys, remember, when you're doing your warm-ups, take your time. Warming up is your way of telling your body that you're getting ready for exercise. So never rush through your warm-ups. Take your time. Everybody's body takes a different amount of time to warm up to exercise, and that's okay. You can go ahead and reverse those arm circles. And then next, Coach Kevin is going to do arm stretches where he's going to reach up behind his head, and he's going to reach behind his head, grab the elbow. So right arm up, down towards your back, like you're itching your back. Left hand goes onto that right elbow and pull it behind your head. Stretch out your triceps. And then you can go ahead and switch arms. Lift your left arm up. Touch your back like you're trying to scratch your back. Use your right hand to grab that left elbow and pull. behind your head.
All right.
Next will be torso twist. So standing in place, you're going to move just at the torso and you're going to move your shoulders and your torso left to right as far as you can. You can hold it for a second, just a second. Once you get to the side, try and reach back as far as you can. Really twist your torso. Very, very good.
Okay, and then last one, we're going to do 5 body weight squats.
So standing in place, your feet should be shoulder width apart. Coach Kevin has his hands right in front of his chest together, and he's squatting down like he's about to sit in a chair. So you're going to stick your butt out, keep your shoulders back and your head up. So you should be able to look at what's in front of you. We're going to do 5 body squats. Very, very good.
Okay, so probably like in California and Colorado here, our gyms have been closed, and I've been looking for ways to stay active as much as possible. And so I put together this little circuit that we're going to run through. And I am just coming off a back injury, so I'm not moving as quickly as I usually do, but everyone's going to have their own speed they're going to go at. So this is going to be a 4-part circuit. The first one is we're going to start off with some body weight squats, and we're going to do 10 body weight squats. Next, we're going to get down on the ground and do 10 push-ups. Now you can do push-ups, you can do modified push-ups on your knees, whatever you got to do to get it done. Then we're going to stand up again, and we're going to do jumping jacks, 10 of those. Next, we're going to get back down on the ground, and then we're going to do 10 crunches. So we're going to get on the ground, be on our back. And the reason I really like this workout is because it incorporates a little bit of everything. We got upper body with push-ups, lower body with the squats. We work on our core with the crunches, and then a little bit of cardio and full body workout with the jumping jacks. And so one thing I've also done with this is I find an open space, like there's a park by my house, and after I do each exercise, I'll run about 10 or 15 yards. I'll do another exercise, run again. So I make a little square with the 4 exercises we're doing. Today, I'm just going to do it in place since I don't have enough room to run around this conference room. So again, we're going to start with the push-ups. Then we're going to go into, We're going to start with the squats.
Yep.
We're going to get down with the push-ups. We're going to get up for the jumping jacks, and then we're going to finish on the crunches. So we'll do that, and then we'll take a small break, and we'll go through it again and do it 2 times through. So
perfect. So like I said, if you're in here, if you can change your username for medical, please do that. If you need help doing that, we have Marco, my assistant. He'll help you rename yourself also. Coach Kevin's got his space around him. And we can hear you, Coach Kevin, if you want to start, and I'll describe as you go.
All right, so we're going to start with our squats. We're doing 10 reps of each exercise, going squats, push-ups, jumping jacks, and then crunches, all right? And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, start with your squats.
Go ahead. So everyone standing shoulder width apart. Remember, you're going to squat down, stick that butt out, keep those shoulders back and head up. Doing 10 squats together. Very, very good. That full range of motion. Very nice. Now Coach Kevin's transitioning to his push-ups, and he's beginning his push-ups. Remember, you don't want your grip to be too wide. Your elbow should be close to your side, and your hand should be in front of your chest, not up near your face or not too low. Be able to do your 10 push-ups. Then we're going to transition to our jumping jacks. So you have your space. So remember, jumping jacks start hands by your side, jump those feet out, move those hands above your head. 10 of those. And then Coach Kevin is transitioning to crunches. So he's on his back, and you can have your feet on the floor. He has his feet up in the air, and you're just crunching your core as far as you can. You don't have to sit the whole way up. You want to squeeze that core and move your head and shoulders towards your knees. Coach Kevin's going to take just a second for recovery. Do you actually, Coach Kevin, do you mind doing the second set a little bit slower?
Yep.
Perfect. There you go.
Okay.
We can do them together. And like Coach Kevin and I were saying on Monday, for those of you who are here on Monday, we usually tell this to all athletes, but especially athletes who are blind or totally blind. Sometimes this helps with the movements, is if you think about exaggerating the movements, you'll probably move your body as much as you really should be. So really think about exaggerating those movements, and it helps put your body in the position and get the right biomechanics for what you want. It's easy to think about when you're pulling something or moving your arms, but if you exaggerate those movements, you probably get the actual range of motion most coaches are looking for.
Yeah, and especially if you're doing new exercises, sometimes it's going to take your muscles a little bit of time to get used to those exercises. So it's always best to maybe ease your way into it, not do a million push-ups if you haven't been doing push-ups at all. So again, all of these workouts are adjustable to whatever you can do. That's
very true. A lot of people too, if they're just starting exercise, it's easy to be embarrassed or compare yourself to someone else who you're talking to, a friend who exercises. And you have to remember, in exercise, the only person you're training against is yourself. If you're pushing your body, the human body is an amazing thing, and it will adapt to the stress put on it when it comes to exercise. So you guys can really push yourselves, and your body will take care of the rest.
Yeah, and you can challenge yourself really, really good with these. Like if you want to do a circuit like this where maybe you time yourself 1 week and it's like, all right, it took me 2 minutes to do it this week. Let's see if I can knock 10 seconds off the next week. And you'll start getting in a rhythm. When I do my body weight squats, I kind of get into this flow and this rhythm. Now I've been doing them for a while, so it's a little bit easier, but we're each going to progress at our own pace. And so it's going to challenge yourself and know how to improve and keep pushing yourself to that next level too.
Perfect.
All right.
So we're going to do round 2. Coach Kevin's going to do it a little bit slower with you guys. So take your time. We're going to do our exercises. And again, I will describe them as we go, starting with body squats.
All right. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1.
So he's got his hands in front of his chest. His feet are shoulder width apart. And he's going to bend those knees down, stick that butt out like he's about to sit in a chair. His shoulders are back, his head is up. So think about really lifting your chin up. What helps with your shoulders, if you think about squeezing something between your shoulder blades, pull those shoulders back. Very, very good. Focus on that range of motion. Focus on your breathing while you're doing your exercises, of course. Very nice. Obviously, if you're doing these at home and they get a little too easy, you can pick something up like a backpack and hold it to your chest. Add a little bit of weight. Okay. So number 2, Coach Kevin's going to get down for his push-up position. Same thing, if you can do a quote-unquote regular push-up, you can fully extend your legs to be on your toes like Coach Kevin. He's got his elbows in nice and tight to his body, and he's got his hands in front of his chest. Not too high, not too low. Very, very good form. Straight back. But if you need to be on your knees, you can also do that and shorten the distance. Same thing. Remember, you're breathing too. When you're pushing yourself up, you should be breathing out. So when we're coaching, we like to think of that. We say that you're blowing yourself up. So when you're pushing out, you should be exhaling for the push-ups. 10 push-ups. So next is going to be the jumping jacks. Go ahead and do your 10 jumping jacks. And just like Coach Kevin, you can take a pause in between each one. Really focus on that form, jumping spreading your feet out to the sides, clapping your hands above your head, and then straightening back to a standing position. Very, very good. Take a second when you're ready. You guys can transition to the floor. Last but not least, we're going to do some crunches. So a question in the chat about the push-ups. Your elbows should just be in tight to your sides, Elizabeth, but your hands are in front of your chest. You just don't want to flare your elbows out to the sides by your ears. You want your elbows tucked by your sides for the push-ups. So we're on crunches with Coach Kevin, and he has his legs in the air. He's crossed his ankles, and he has his hands behind his neck. So again, he's not going to sit the whole way up. He's not going to touch his elbows to his knees, but he's going to squeeze that core, and he's going to crunch as far as he can. Bringing his knees towards his elbows, but they don't have to touch. Just squeezing that core as much as possible. Very good. Core is a huge part of every sport. Definitely judo. You're doing a lot of twisting on the throws that we were practicing on Monday. You're doing a lot of twisting, a lot of torque. And you definitely need your core strength to get your opponent twisted around and then hopefully onto the mat. So thank you, Coach Kevin. So this is perfect. So it's 10:25. Coach Kevin, again, has to take off here in a couple minutes, but now would be a time, if anybody has any questions for Coach Kevin about workouts or adapted workouts for the blind. Somebody has a question. What's the best way to get in conditioning for judo? What would you recommend for some judo conditioning?
A lot of athletes will run. That's a big way to get in shape. Lifting weights. The best thing to get in shape for judo, though, is doing judo. There's really nothing that replicates it. Judo, the matches are about 4 minutes long. So you might think, oh, I can go for a 4 minute run, something like that, and that's going to replicate it. That's really not the case, though. When you're fighting in a judo match, it's more like you have 10 or 12 30-second sprints that come together for a 4 or 5 minute match. So you really have to have good conditioning, but not only do you have to be conditioned, but you have to have the strength as well. And so you have to have your lung stamina where you can run for a long time, but you also have to be able to, when you're grip fighting, it takes a lot of strength out of you. And so you have to have that stamina in the weight room as well. So I would say weight room, doing circuits like we just did, where you're moving constantly, because you're going to be in different positions when you're doing judo. That's good. And then just fighting as much as possible, getting to practice, going to Wayfinder, and that's going to be your best bet to get in shape for judo.
Thank you. Another question is, do you ever train with a weight vest? Does that ever help or add an advantage?
Well, I don't. I have a built-in weight vest. I'm about 290 pounds. So I do not do that. However, I know a lot of people that are lighter weight than me who do train with weight vests. So they'll do like hill sprints and they'll be wearing a weight vest, or they're doing their weightlifting circuit while wearing a weight vest. Typically, you don't wear one when you're training in judo. It's just kind of dangerous, and it doesn't really fit into your gi. But yeah, there's a lot of athletes on the lighter side who utilize the weight vest.
Thank you. And Coach Kevin, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but what I've noticed from watching judo up close for a while now is like you said, it seems that high intensity interval training would be really, really good, because like you said, it's not 4 minutes of sustained cardio like running. It's more of 30 to 40 seconds of these intense bursts of energy. So if you do a circuit, you can really practice doing 30 seconds of go, and then get a short rest 15 seconds and then do another 30 seconds of high intensity. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's in judo, when you're doing conditioning drills, they'll often incorporate different kinds. They'll do a lower body workout, they'll do an upper body workout, a full body workout all together, because in that span of that 30 to the 40-second burst, you might really need to utilize your leg power, or you might need to totally go all in with your upper body, or both at the same time. And so you have to always be prepared in judo to fire off any muscle at any time. And so mixing things up, just kind of like what we did today, where you can, you have a little bit of everything in there, that's going to be your best bet. Because, you use every part of your body in judo, and you never know when you're going to have to use that.
Nice. Yeah, it's a unique sport. Obviously, for anyone in here, if you ever want to get your cardio up, if you're just doing running or swimming or any of those really good, generic cardio intensive exercises, yes, that's what you want to do. Aerobic exercises where you're practicing your breathing and you're keeping your heart rate up for sustained amounts of time. But in a sport like judo, it's more of practicing those bursts. And do I have enough energy to do burst after burst after burst? So if you train your body that way with a circuit, that'll help. And it looks like we're getting you right out of here right on time. It is 10:30 on the dot. I couldn't do that again if I tried. So take advantage of it.
Well, dude, thanks for having me. And I really encourage you guys, once the judo program is back in person, whenever that may be, to come by and check it out. Give judo a chance. Be patient with it. You might not love it after the first practice, but it really is a great sport to get involved with. Great workout, great community, and just stick with it, and I'm sure you'll have a good time.
Thank you. Give it up for Coach Kevin, everybody. Thank you. Show him some love.
Thanks, everybody.
Transition over to the second circuit that we're going to do. So I'm going to lead the second circuit. So I'm going to get my room set up. 1 second. Now is a good time. If you need to stretch, you need to get a drink of water, run to the bathroom. Everybody do that, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. So I have another small workout that we're going to do, a circuit with some judo skills. And what we're going to do is everyone's going to start by standing up for the first exercise, and I'm going to demonstrate it and describe it. We're going to go through all 4 exercises before we do the circuit. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is foot sweeps. Okay. So this is definitely a judo skill. So foot sweeps are practicing about getting your feet into the right position for the exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand with a typical judo stance. So everyone should have their hands in front of them. Remember, we're going to pretend we have one hand on a sleeve, one hand on the lapel of our opponent, and we're going to be light on our feet. So we're going to step with our left foot, and we're going to sweep our right toes on the floor. So think about drawing in your carpet, just sweeping those toes. Okay, so we're going to hold, step, sweep, and we're going to do that, and then go back to reset. So we're standing, step with our left foot, drag the toes of our right foot. Okay, so we're going to do that about 5 times. Sweep those feet. Okay, now we're going to add our arms into that exercise. So we have our arms in front of us. We're going to sweep our feet. As we're doing that, we're going to pull our opponent into us. Okay, so you would pull with your left. Remember, we're going to pull that elbow back. So pulling with our left as we're stepping, and then we're sweeping our right foot, and we're pulling our right also. Okay, so step the left foot, pull the left foot, sweep those feet as if we're getting our leg behind them. Pull, step. We're going to do that. Okay, quick reps. Sweep those toes. So we're taking a step with our left foot, sweeping our toes on our right foot. Or you can switch it. Okay, step with your right foot, sweep your toes with your left foot. Okay. So that's our first exercise. Those are our foot sweeps. Okay. Second exercise we're going to do is our hip bridges. So everyone's going to lay on their back like they're doing a sit-up. Make sure I'm in frame here. So we're going to lay on our back. with our knees bent, our feet on the floor, like we're going to do a sit-up, but instead, we're going to lift our hips and onto our shoulders. So we're going to lift our hips up as high as we can and extend our back. So we're lifting our hips up, we're squeezing our butt, lifting those hips up as high as we can. Very nice. So lift those hips up as high as you can. This is a good practice for groundwork. So if you're wrestling with someone on the ground and you're trying to get them off of you, you're gonna lift your hips up, okay? Next, we're gonna do some more push-ups. We want our push-ups. Again, you're gonna do a lot of pulling, a lot of pushing. So we're gonna do traditional push-ups. So as I was saying earlier, fully extended, your elbows should be in, close to the body, hands in front of your chest. Fully extended. Do our push-ups. That's the third exercise is our push-ups. And the fourth exercise is going to be our torso twists. Okay, so everyone's going to sit on their butt with their feet out in front of them, almost like you're going to do a sit-up. So our knees are bent, our feet are flat on the floor, but instead of leaning back and sitting up, we're going to torso twist. So we're going to take both of our hands and touch by our right hip. Then we're going to take both of our hands and touch by our left hip. So we're going to be twisting our torso. Okay? Touching side to side, twisting our torso. So if you need to, you can lift your feet up to make it a little bit harder. Feet up in the air. Okay? Or you can keep your feet on the ground and just twist your torso. Okay? So those are our 4 exercises. All right. So, Mr. Marco, are you able to time us?
Absolutely. Let me get my timer.
So you're going to do a circuit. So what that means is we're going to do 30 seconds of exercise, and then we're going to do 30 seconds of rest. Okay. So I'll let Mr. Marco get his stopwatch ready. You guys can get a drink of water. I'm going to grab a drink quick. And then we're going to start with our first exercise, the foot sweeps.
All righty.
All right. So remember, for foot sweeps, you can pick either side that you're comfortable with. I'm going to sweep my right foot, step, sweep those toes. Okay, so Mr. Marco, you're going to tell us whenever you're ready.
All right, we're going to start in 3, 2, and go.
Remember to reset after each one.
Five seconds left, everybody. And stop.
Okay, 30 seconds of rest. The next exercise is going to be our hip bridges. So everyone's going to lay on your back with your feet flat on the floor. Your knees should be bent.
10 seconds. Three, two, one, go.
Squeeze your butt, lift those hips up. Hold it for a second. Try and explode up. Get those hips up.
Promote good flexibility.
5 seconds left. And pause.
Very nice, guys. Now we're going to roll over for our push-ups.
Good old push-ups.
Remember, during interval training, when it's time to rest, you want to focus on your breathing and try and get the air into your lungs. Take your rest. Okay?
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Push-ups.
Five seconds left. 2, 1, stop.
Very good, guys. Last exercise, we're going to do our torso twists. So we're going to be on our butt like we would be doing a sit-up. You keep your feet on the floor or lift them up. I'm going to lift them up. We're going to twist side to side.
Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, go.
So touch both hands on alternating hips. Reach all the way across.
Five seconds left. 3, 2, 1, stop.
Okay, Mr. Marco, give us a full 90 seconds of rest. You guys can get a drink, and then we're going to go through it one more time.
All righty, guys. 90 seconds starting now.
So a question in the chat, how often do you recommend that we do this? For beginners, usually you're starting a workout 2 to 3 times a week is good. If you've been working out, that's when you have to start pushing it to 5 or 6 times a week. So it's all about what have you been doing? Again, you're competing against yourself, so there's no right or wrong answer. You want to push yourself for what's good for you. Good.
Everybody's doing great. Let us know if you guys need anything, okay?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, again, as you guys can tell, I'm breathing a little hard. It's moving. That's good, but I feel okay. And when you have your time of rest, really focus on that breathing and controlling your heart rate and getting ready for exercise again.
Got 10 seconds left, everybody. 10 seconds. Mr. Josh.
We're not going to start right on the 10, but we're going to go back to foot sweeps. Everyone's going to stand up.
Gotcha.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Marco, we will start next on starting with foot sweeps.
All righty. 3, 2, and go. Five seconds left. 2, 1, stop.
Very good. Next is going to be our hip bridges. So we're going to lay on our back.
Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
So remember, try and explode up with force. Think if somebody was on top of you trying to pin you, you want to buck them off. You want to be forceful and get your hips up.
3, 2, 1, stop.
Very good. Next is going to be our push-ups.
Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Five seconds. 2, 1, stop.
Good job, everybody. Last one, our torso twists.
All right, we got 10 seconds.
So we're on our butts, feet bent in front of us, our knees are bent. We're going to twist, touch hands on both sides.
Go.
Twist that torso, get those shoulders and elbows around each side.
Three, 2, 1, stop.
Good job, everybody. So you get a drink of water, get your recovery.
Got your blood pumping now.
Yeah, how's everybody feeling? Good, good, good. It's always important to get a workout in, especially a sport like judo. Like Coach Kevin was saying, most people think judo is upper body because you're grabbing on each other and pulling, but there's a ton of lower body that you have to have for balance, stability, especially if you're getting in some hip throws and some trips. It's a full body workout, and again, it's intense, 4 minutes. So practicing for that start and stop of intensity is very important.